Welcome back, guys, to another video. I hope y'all doing well. It's your boy Pirate Hunter Chris coming at you with One Piece 991. So in the last chapter, we left off with X-Drake basically saying, "Screw it, I only have one chance to make it out of this alive." And so he asked Luffy to become an ally, and Luffy is kind of like, "What?" Like, he was all surprised. So in this chapter, it starts off with everybody basically talking about X-Drake. Everyone is sort of confused by the whole situation. They're like, X-Drake is a flying 6. Why would he attack one of the numbers? So if you guys don't remember the rankings of the Beast Pirates, I'll break down for you. So starting at the bottom, you got the Waiters. They're basically the lowest level of the Beast Pirates. No Devil Fruits, no raw strength, just your average pirates. Just your average man who you can send out and do average things. Next we have the Gifters, which consist of basically artificial Devil Fruit users, aka users that have eaten the Smile Devil Fruit. Next we have the Headliners. Headliners are typically the strongest crew authorities in Wano, and towns that have high-class officials reside in, other than the Flower Capital. And so they are usually the ones to address, the smaller scale issues happening nearby. So out of the Headliners, the highest ranking members of the Headliners are known as the Flying 6. Above the Headliners, we have the All-Stars, also known as the Calamities, which consists of Jack the Drought, Queen the Plague, and King the Wildfire. Anyways, just wanted to give a quick breakdown of the rankings so nobody's confused. Now back to the chapter review. So basically everyone is confused by the situation, because you got the Alliance saying, why is he attacking them? Isn't he an executive of Kaido's forces? And then you got Kaido's forces saying, like, what on earth is going on? Why is he attacking us? So there's so much confusion on the battlefield from that perspective. And then, as everyone's being confused, X-Drake has a flashback of what Kobe said to him, talking about Luffy. Talking about how Luffy has the ability to attract people to him. I don't know if you guys remember this, but Mihawk mentioned the same thing back in Marineford, talking about how Luffy has the strongest power in the world, the power to make anyone he meets basically an ally. So Luffy asked X-Drake, "You want to take down Kaido with me?" And he basically was like, "Yeah, can't tell you why, but yeah, I'd like to join you." And the whole crew disagrees so quick. Zoro hops in and quickly clashes with X-Drake, basically saying that they shouldn't trust him because he was just, he was basically kissing up to Kaido, and now he wants to, hop off that kissing train. And some member of the crew jumped in to agree with Zoro. Jinbei and Frankly basically said, "Yeah, we can't roll with this dude. We can't trust him. He has no honor," etc., etc. And Luffy was like, "Nah, it's cool, man. It's cool. He's an ally." And the group was like, "No, God!" But when it comes to Luffy and the people he trusts to fight alongside him, he's been on point for the most part. Like, I'm pretty sure he's like at a 95%, trust to no trust ratio. So he's been pretty consistent on people he should have fight alongside with him. So it looks like the predictions of what's happening in Wano may come true as of right now. What prediction I'm referring to is the supernova prediction. We already have 8 supernovas out of the 11 in Wano. We have 6 aligned with Luffy. Well, 5 technically aligned with Luffy, not including Luffy himself. On Luffy's alliance, we have Luffy, Zoro, Kid, Law, X-Drake now, and Killer. And then on Kaido's side, we have Apu and Hawkins, which I have no doubt they'll eventually switch over to Team Luffy in the near future. The only question I have regarding the supernovas is that if the other 3 members of the 11 supernovas will show up and make an appearance in Wano as well. So Pei and UT basically see that Luffy is deciding, is leading the charge, and they decide to try to take him out quickly. They basically are ripping, through Samurai, trying to reach Luffy and let him know he will not fight Kaido a second time. They're like, "Yeah, you fought Kaido once, you failed, you're not going to get that second chance." Sanjay being Sanjay, was getting distracted by Alti's beauty. He was like, who is this woman? Like, where has she been all my life? Like, just Sanjay being Sanjay. All of a sudden, Pei gets blasted by Usopp. And here I thought, wow, like, Usopp really shot at a flying 6. Like, this dude is really becoming the man of the hour. He's becoming the man. But then you flip to this panel and you see him hiding behind Nami as he makes his monologue, and then you realize ain't nothing changed yet. The next page, you could see Luffy's observation Haki growing. I'm not sure if he was looking into the future to sense that Apu was about to launch an attack, but either way, he tells Sanjay to cover his ears and to get ready. So basically, if people don't already know this, Apu's attack can be launched from anywhere that is within hearing range. So if you're able to hear him, chances are he's able to attack you from that range. So basically, Apu is somewhat disappointed in some of the numbers because of how easily they were defeated. But if you think about it, they were drunk, they were, having a good time, they didn't expect freaking all-out war to happen within Kaido's, So one of the numbers does appear, and everyone is just like, Jesus Christ, like, this is one of the numbers. And Frankie says, we have to fight 10 of them? And the number, starting to go a little rampage. But then he sees General Frankie thinking it's a toy. And the number, starts to eye General Frankie thinking it's a toy. And Shinbei was like, run! Basically, General Frankie, hightailed out of there, having the number chase after him. Zoro and X-Drake are still clashing. And Zoro tells X-Drake that he seems like a trustworthy dude, but he can't shake the feeling that he's hiding something. Which we all know as readers is the fact that he's a Marine and he's part of a secret Marine alliance. And they basically stopped clashing because Apu basically started saying it about numbers. And X-Drake said, basically it was like, screw this, I'm taking him down myself. This isn't even for you guys, I just want to, knock him down. And Zoro was like, that's all yours. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it starts raining bullets from the roof. Just Queen with a machine gun, just raining bullets. And he goes out saying to X-Drake, you thought you could run away, you traitor. Or should I say, you spy. So I don't know if he already, I know he knows that he is a spy, clearly, he just said it, but like, does he know if it's for the Marines itself, or just does he think it's just for another, pirate crew? So it would be interesting to see Queen's perspective on that. And Drake, thinking that the bullets were nothing at first, was like, oh, these bullets, they won't harm me. They can't do nothing to me. But then he was like, no, it can't be. So what I'm thinking is that when he said that, I think the bullets are made out of sea prism stone. If you guys remember earlier on in Wano, Law gets hit with like one of the nails, thinking, oh, it's nothing, but then he tries to use his roam powers, and his roam isn't able to work, and he looks at the nail and he realizes it's sea prism stone. So that's what I'm thinking the bullets are made out of too, is sea prism stone. I'm not sure what other substance it would be that would cause X-Drake to react like that. So that's my prediction right there. I believe the bullets are made out of sea prism. Or it can maybe be made out of that one disease that he used back in Uton, but I'm leaning more towards the sea prism stone. So that's what I think the bullets are made out of. So then we finally transition to the battle up top, and we see Jack is being flipped upside down, and Kaido finally, after chapters and chapters of him just floating there, finally steps in and says, enough, and says that, Jack was handpicked by him himself, and he's not going to watch Jack basically get murdered in front of him. Which is good to see that Kaido has a heart, and he hasn't shown his caring side. Like, he hasn't shown that he actually cares this whole arc. So just the fact he finally stepped in and says, you guys are fighting me now, really says something. He tells Jack, to get his rest, and he basically says that to Jack, it's not your fault that you're getting your ass whooped. These guys are basically really, really strong. Which also says something about the strength of Rikasa. I'm so bad in pronunciation. So you guys know what I'm talking about. The cat and the dog, so don't get on me for that. Ricardo to acknowledge their strength and say that they're strong is a compliment in and of itself. I know they're finally in mink mode, but just for him to even acknowledge their strength means that they're on a whole nother tier. So we finally get to see what they look like and what they would look like in their super mink mode. And I have to say, it's exactly what I envisioned. Just a super buff, a super built cat and dog, basically in Super Saiyan mode. That's exactly what I envisioned for them. And just to see it, finally revealed, I was like, yeah, that's kind of what I envisioned in my head. So But this next scene I thought was the coolest moment Kinemon has had this whole time in Wano. I swear to God, this was the best scene from him. So Kaido getting ready to hit the scabbards with a fire blast, and before he does it, he says, "Bear to run until you die. Let's see just how many blasts you can evade." And this man Kinemon says, "Evade? Evade? Who says I was trying to do that?" And cut this man fire blast in half like a G. You know what that moment reminded me of? It reminded me of Escanor in the Seven Deadly Sins, when he says, but yeah, this dude basically Kinemon, man, he had ice in his veins. Like, I was like, wow, he really just cut Kaido's fire blast in half. Because if you guys remember, Kinemon has the ability to cut fire, so just that scene alone kind of just made the whole chapter for me. And basically the reps of the scabbards hop in and basically tell him, "We ain't running no more. We came here to kill you or die trying. In the name of Odin." So I swear that was pretty much the hardest thing I've read in One Piece this month. Just the fact that they came out and said that. These dudes sounded like they were about to drop the hardest album of the year, the hardest album cover. Yeah, so I was really happy with it. I wasn't feeling the chapter until the very end, but Kinemon kind of saved this chapter for me and the scabbards. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment as to your thoughts, your predictions for the next chapter. I do read the comments, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Take care, stay safe, have a great day.